everyone, and welcome to the first, Cyberpunk episode of interviews. And I am very, very blessed to have Cree, Kawa, Gunning joining me from WeirdCo. Hello, chap. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk about everything Cyberpunk TCG.
Love to hear it. Now, for those people who don't know who you are, those criminals amongst the audience, what is your actual role? Yeah, I know, my audience are the worst. What's your position at WeirdCo? Like, what is it you actually do?
Sure. So I am the community and content manager. So I have many different roles and responsibilities within the team, as we are, on the smaller side. But yeah, many of my roles include managing our content calendar. So that's all of the social posts that you see us publish, helping out with email updates, with Kickstarter updates, with third-party partnerships. And then on the community side is managing a lot of the Discord stuff that we have, and looking after our content creators such as yourself. We can get into it a little bit later, but I have a lot of previous background and experience actually being in your shoes and being in other creators' shoes. So I think that actually gives me a huge advantage and a big benefit when it comes to understanding, what creators are looking for, how I can help them, how I can assist them. And, my priority when I reach out to content creators as well is I want to see big and small ones grow together, right? Like we all started out somewhere.
Absolutely.
There's always going to be a game that people grow with, and I really hope that Cyberpunk TCG is one of them for some people who are making their first videos on this awesome game.
Yeah, that's really exciting. We will definitely get into it. There's so much content that I've seen already, and we're kind of in pre-alpha effectively.
Yeah,
it's been so cool. And my experience of the community side of it so far is huge amounts of excitement, but also great engagement from you and the team. So you mentioned you'd kind of been involved in the card game and the creator side of things before. What have you done before?
Yeah, happy to share my past experience. So I actually started out making videos on a digital card game as a content creator. I worked on well, I didn't work on the game. I made videos on Marvel Snap, which was a digital collectible card game, which is a mobile card game. And I was a full-time content creator for that game for about a year. I met many great friends through that. And funny story is we actually have somebody working on our team right now who used to be our creative director, used to work on Marvel Snap. So all of this awesome, amazing art that you see, it's no surprise. I think we are blessed to have him on the team. He's absolutely insane at his job. But yeah, I did Snap for a little bit, and then I transitioned into the physical card game space with Disney Lorcana, which I met yourself through a little bit as well, which was awesome. And yeah, I did a podcast for that game for about 2 years on the competitive side. I was casting their official competitive circuit. And,
yeah.
In the mix of all of that, a lot of people can say, oh, is this just like a YouTuber who's just working for this company? Professionally, I have a lot of experience within the tabletop gaming industry as well. I previously worked for tabletop role-playing game companies.
Cool.
I used to work for some more kind of marketplace-focused stuff for TCGs. And that ultimately led me to WeirdCo. But yeah, as I said, like me previously having been in the position of a content creator and, understanding their needs and stuff really helps me in my job, my day-to-day of what I can kind of deliver to content creators, what I can offer my assistants. Yeah, and it's been awesome. The community we formed already is amazing. As you said, we're in these such early stages, this kind of pre-alpha stages. We've got so many people reaching out, wanting to be part of the content creator program, and people posting awesome videos and awesome content. But yeah, that's a little bit of a background about me.
Happy days. And it's really good to see having someone with the experience of both sides of this world in the kind of position you're in. Well, from my own experience, because it's all I can speak from, it's made interacting with the game so much easier, but it also makes everything that's posted feel more organic, because it's coming from what would the other person want to see, what would they want to experience, and how can we make that easier. So from my own side, it's been a really pleasant, onboarding's the wrong word, but coming into games as a creator can be super awkward sometimes, because inaccessibility to the important people, they're not available, you don't know who they are, and just the level of access, it's fantastic. So Yeah,
Love to
so
hear
far.
that.
Yeah,
Love
honestly,
to hear
man,
that.
10 out of 10. Put it in your performance review because I am loving what we've got
Put
so
it in
far.
the resume. Yeah, there we
Absolutely.
go.
Clip it and ship it.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so you've mentioned that the team at WeirdCo have got quite a lot of experience with card games then by the sound of it. Obviously, you've got people from Snap, you've got a variety of experience. I'm assuming that's the case for the wider team as well then from WeirdCo.
For sure, yeah. We, speaking about our co-founders, they have previous experience working on Universes, which was a big physical card game. Our head of game design used to work on Duel Masters, worked on a little bit of Magic the Gathering, worked on Gundam TCG, worked a little bit on the Dragon Ball TCG as well, I believe. So we have a huge crew of very, very experienced industry veterans within the TCG space. But yeah, it's been awesome to work with these people. And as I said, WeirdCo, this is like our first big project that we're doing. This is our first step into the TCG space as a new team. But it's been really refreshing and really awesome. Like, I think, honestly speaking about WeirdCo a little bit more, one of the advantages that I feel like I have is because we are such a small team and a tight-knit team.
Yeah.
While my role resides in community management, content management, I try to get involved in as many areas as I can, right?
Absolutely.
I reach out to the creative team. I talk to our, game design team, logistics team, and it's great. We're also a fully remote global company, so any time I have to interact with my colleagues is awesome. And most recently we went to Warsaw for the Red stream.
Oh yes.
And that was a truly spectacular experience. It was the first time I met my team in person. And it was a really big celebration. I'm really proud of how we got to present the game and how people received it, the feedback we received from the fans online and from CDPR directly. So lots of fun things to come. Lots of fun things to come indeed.
Absolutely. And hey, we're going to get into as many of them as we can. You mentioned the CDPR thing. Obviously, I've worked with CDPR on card games before. I was one of the casters for Gwent Masters through each of the series, and I know how passionate they are about, well, games in general, but card games. So this feels like for me, this is a dream combination. You were in Warsaw recently for the Red stream. I watched. It was immaculate, and you could just see the joy, and I'll get into it a bit more. But what was it like kind of working with them on the game so far? How have they been?
Without getting into like too many specifics, they've been awesome. They've been the best partner I've ever worked with in my career, honestly. They are extremely passionate about this project, and they really care about us and how this TCG is gonna perform, right? Like what community is gonna form around it. We're constantly talking about so many different exciting things, but somebody I mentioned to you just before we started this interview was Paul Berza, who used to be part of the Gwent team, and he is a huge card game fan. So he is one person I'm working with, particularly close, and he's been awesome. He's been awesome to work with. Always encouraging us to, we're presenting him ideas, and he's just, again, he's actually somebody that is also a player, right? He plays his games
100%.
not only having worked on Gwent on the community side and content side as well. He is a true player of card games, so he also understands what's important to the community, what folks want to see, what's important to creators. So we're truly blessed to have such great partners over at CDPR, and as you can see on the stream, they're very excited to play the game, and they enjoyed it a lot as well.
Absolutely, and I know Borja quite well, so seeing him, the amount of joy he'd got in playing the experience and actually getting into it, it's genuine from someone like him, because he is such a big card game guy, and he's got so much passion for it that seeing that you can't fake that. You can be playing through and going through the motions, but he was invested. He'd have gone for many more rounds
the whole time during the stream. He was like, are we done? Is this mine? Great.
At some point, he is absolutely going to try and get his hands on one. I'm nervous if I see him in person to have mine with me, because I don't know if I'll get to. Absolutely. And the studio they had looked really amazing as well. They do that really well. Having that partner who has all of that cyberpunk and just size and scale, I guess it's really useful as well.
Oh yeah, no, their production team was awesome. A lot of it's in-house. I'm sure you yourself know from any stuff that you did at Gwent. This team really cares about the um how they showcase a game, right? And we worked really hard with them to make sure we had the stream overlay
Yeah.
that I helped make, and that was something that I used a lot of my previous knowledge and experience for me watching other TCGs. Physical TCGs can be quite difficult to showcase in the highest level of quality, if that makes sense. So I worked really hard. Shout out to our print designer Matthew, who helped out with the overlay graphically. He was an absolute legend. So yeah, I'm really proud of how the Red stream was, and I'm really excited to see the content creators start to play some games, start to showcase the cards, and just give us their honest feedback on the product as well, right? Like that's what I'm really interested to hear the feedback. Both the praise and the criticism, honestly.
Yeah, and it will be really exciting to kind of dive into that and be able to experience the early stages of the card game. It feels like the teams really come at it with a player first mentality of how can we build this really cool idea, gone through iterations. It's not just being thrown out, but card gamers, they can be quite particular and they like things a certain way, but I really like how open that has been. Honestly, it's been really cool because getting that feedback, and the more you play with it the better it is, but I'm really excited that it is such an open communication with the WeirdCo team. That makes me really happy, honestly.
Yeah, we're trying to be as transparent and honest as we can, and I think I want to highlight a section of our Discord which has been one of the best suggestions. I want to say, like, the game design team in particular were the ones that suggested this, which was the ask a game dev section.
Yeah.
Which you can post your comments, your queries of like, how does this interaction work, how does this resolve, and we can't answer every single question, but we do our very best to come in and provide answers where we can. And this section I want to highlight, it's not only for gameplay interaction questions, people asking about more community events or different things that we can do, even art related stuff. We read absolutely everything that people post in the Discord. It's like an awesome community to have, and I'm really glad that we have a lot of these communication points, right? We have a community email, we have our support ticket system if people need to reach out and have any questions as well. So it's a big priority for me to stay as connected to our community as possible.
Yeah, and the Discord it's been a ridiculous success, if I'm being honest. When I looked at it, you join it and you see, oh wow, okay, this is quite busy. Wait, how many people are here? And it's exploded, man. Like there's and you guys must be so busy just keeping up with the amount of conversation, the amount of discussion in there, but it's been a really fun place to be. It's nice to be around that much excitement, that much hype, and sort of love for a project that you get. And the Cyberpunk community, whether it's across any media, is a very excited one, but it's really good to see, and it's so far been really well managed. I've loved being a part of that and feeling like the community is so excited for every bit of information. It's so cool.
Yeah, we're doing our best. Like, I think moving forward, there's some stuff I'd love to do, which is drop a few teases and a few more hints in the Discord moving forward. And same thing as we start to do more like Kickstarter updates. If you follow our pre-launch page currently, we're already doing Kickstarter updates to keep folks informed on any art reveals, any blog posts that we're posting. So yeah, make sure you stay connected in any way possible, because there is the potential where I would like to do some exclusive reveals and exclusive hints across different platforms and different mediums. But yeah, as you mentioned, the community's been awesome because it's a really nice mixture of true Cyberpunk fans and then also like TCG fans, right? So a lot of like these communities are starting to interact, and we have people who are pure collectors as well, right? They're just true Cyberpunk fans. I've seen comments of people saying, I'm gonna get a binder full of just all the Judy cards or all the Johnny Silverhand cards, right? So that's the type of stuff I love to hear, because card games are for many different types of people, right? Like we for example, we're players of the game, and to an extent we're also collectors, right? We may not be hardcore collectors, we want to collect everything, but we will have preference as we potentially, if you win events and stuff, you can get prizes, you can get exclusive cards. So it's really important that this game, we're making it for many different types of people. If you're a collector, if you're a player, if you care about playing in events and stuff, we're gonna have everybody covered. So yeah, excited to reveal more as we get closer to the Kickstarter, but yeah, there's lots of cool things to come.
That's really exciting, and I'll make sure that in the link in this video, I'll make sure that there's a link to join that Discord, and so all the socials that you're going to need to stay up to date, especially if that content's going to be spread. You know, a nice little gingerbread trail to find all of the reveals. I love it. Yeah, that's definitely Borgia. You got to be careful. He loves his leaks. You got to watch the guy. Honestly, he's a leak master. Love to see it, man. And we mentioned before, obviously, the content creator has already started making quite a lot of different things. I've made a couple of videos already myself. Even pre getting the alpha kit, there's some really cool how-to guides out there. And I've learned a lot from the way some people do it even already, because people are coming from so many different spaces. Archetype theory crafting and art rating. But is there anything you haven't seen yet that you'd love to see content for, so far?
It's a great question. Yeah, I mean, I think once more of the alpha kits start to get shown off by content creators and stuff, I'd obviously love to see a little bit of gameplay, people having cool moments and stuff. So really looking forward to that. It's just a very kind of niche piece of content, but it's something I used to do back in the day, which I loved to do, which was kind of trivia game shows or quizzes. I used to do this thing. Yeah, I used to do this thing for Marvel Snap, where I would get some of the game developers on and some content creators. So I'd kind of be the host of the show. Yeah. And we'd do like a Jeopardy or something, or we'd do like a game show where you'd make up different things. Like you'd have the silhouettes of cards, and you'd have, what's a for example, I don't know, what's a red card with 7 power, and the first to buzz in gets the answer and stuff. So there's a lot of different creative things that you can do, and I think all the content I've seen so far has been awesome. And it's not like I feel like that's missing or anything, but I think people can get super creative, right? People can get super creative with content, and once we start to reveal more art pieces and more actual new cards, I think new things will form, such as podcasts and different things. So there's a whole plethora of content to come, and yeah, shout out to the community so far. You guys have been crushing it, and I've been watching every single one of your videos, Lionheart. You've been doing awesome as well, so keep it up.
I've been doing my best. In terms of those shows, I used to host a show called So You Think You Know The Witcher.
Cool.
And it was literally Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but not for legal reasons, with Witcher-based questions.
Great.
We had content creators like Doug Cockle came on. He went through it. He didn't win. I was devastated. I tried so hard to cheat for him, but he wouldn't have it. Said morals. But that's a really cool idea. The Cyberpunk IP is so wide and varied that it could be really interesting. And on gameplay, I mean, as the alpha kits obviously start to hit, and yes, I am very lucky to have mine here, there's going to be a lot of gameplay coming out. I know I'm going to be doing some hooking up with other content creators to kind of have mini creator tournaments, and I believe you may also have some cards, so we can keep our eyes out for a future feature match between the two of us, maybe.
I do have some cards. Yeah, I'm very much, there's an open call to challenge me. You can challenge me, and you can I guess I don't know if we can send you a trophy or something, but you can hold up proudly that you beat a WeirdCo team member. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing against the community, and just in terms of the alpha kits, I want to mention as well, we're starting to do a couple more giveaways as well within the Discord, and we're planning to do more stuff in the future as well. We really want to give back to the community as much as possible. This community has been absolutely awesome. So in addition to content creators and media outlets and stuff, we want to host a few cool giveaways and competitions where people can win some of this awesome product. So yeah, keep an eye out for more to come.
Absolutely. I was going to shout that out. In the Discord, you are doing giveaways right now for alpha kits. So yes. I will make sure there's a link in the description. People can jump in there. It's in one of the pinned announcements. Absolutely worth getting involved in. If there's anybody left who isn't already in the Discord, I will make sure I get them there. Don't worry. Did you guys anticipate it being this hype? I know obviously everyone's like, oh, we've got this product and you believe in your product, but there are tens of thousands of people in a pre-alpha Discord for a card game. There are many fully fledged multiple sets in TCGs that aren't even halfway to where this is now. So did you think you were going to be here?
I mean, it was a great surprise to us to see how quickly the Discord grew, and I think it just speaks to the Cyberpunk community, right? For how passionate folks are and how enthused they are for any new Cyberpunk project, right?
Facts.
There's people are I'm sure excited for any future updates coming to the actual game and stuff. So whatever we can provide in the form of TCGs, we are true fans of trading card games and of Cyberpunk, and I think that's the key, right? So we want to show a lot of Cyberpunk fans what it means to be involved in a TCG, right? Again,
yes,
maybe you've never played one before and this is your first time coming in, right? We want to make sure that you can take it at your own pace, start to understand the game and the system. And then also, if you just want to collect the cards, like I said, if you want to just open a few packs and like see what cards you get and stuff like that, we're happy to have everybody involved in the game. But no, it was a very, very nice surprise. And we're constantly looking at numbers of everything of our what's our Kickstarter pre-launch page at right now, what's our Discord at. So yeah, it's been really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, did we anticipate it? I don't know really how to answer that. I guess like we're just so grateful that people are so passionate about the game and that they are all here, and we want to just keep sharing that. So if you already know about the game, please tell a friend, if it's their first time trying out a trading card game, maybe the art speaks to them, maybe they love a specific Cyberpunk character. We'll be sharing lots more very, very soon. And yeah, as a content manager, again, I'm trying my best to hold back some of the stuff that's coming, right? But we've got some very, very, very cool things coming.
Well, I'll do my best to pull as much of that out of you as I can, I promise. And as you mentioned, the Kickstarter, obviously the launch details, it is all public now. We have a launch date, and also for people who sign up for pre-information, they can sign up and get that Lucy card as well, right? I'm going to flash that all up on the screen, don't worry, so that everybody can see it, and there'll be a link to the Kickstarter for everyone as well. As I just... Oh, that artwork is gorgeous on the Lucy card. I can't wait to get hold of one myself, honestly.
Yeah, Lucy is something we're doing that's super special, really rewarding our early supporters. So if you follow on back to Kickstarter, you can indeed grab yourself a foil version of the Nova Rare Lucy card, which does look really, really, really nice.
Excellent. And yeah, you definitely want to back that so that you can get your hands on that foil version. It should be really good. Now, we've talked just about like general things, but I have got my alpha kit here, so I have got a ton of questions, I guess, to ask, just things to clarify. Obviously, I've mentioned mine isn't open yet. That is coming in a video really soon. So all of my questions are pre-alpha. I'm sure a lot of them will answer themselves when I'm getting my hands on the cards, but I am one of the lucky few, so I will put you on the spot. The alpha kits have started shipping, and we have seen the card list because Amelia and Pavel were playing it on the CDPR stream, and it was really, really cool to have that kind of the opposites of Pavel's super experienced card game player who adores them, but then also you'd got, that launch of I've never played a card game before, and to see how that interacted and went well, it was really cool. What, in terms of the thought process behind the alpha kit and the cards that you included them, what kind of went into that then?
Yeah, it's a great question. We really thought about, we wanted this alpha kit to be designed in a way that it's very approachable for new TCG players, so that they can get familiar with our game mechanics and our systems, that the rules are outlined in the most kind of digestible way. And I think when we saw Amelia and Pavel play on the stream, they both really got into it. I think they actually finished, it was one apiece, which was awesome to see. So yeah, I think it's designed in a great way to really showcase the uniqueness of our game. I think of course there's a lot more to come, and I think the alpha kit experience to maybe some more veteran TCG players, as I said, it's more about teaching the systems than having a fully fledged set with lots of different combos and interactions and stuff. So as it's there's a lot more to come in that regard, but yeah, it's very much designed to be like a beginner experience, an intro into our game.
Perfect. And again, the feedback that I'll certainly give, I'll try and bear that in mind with, okay, this is the onboarding, but also then it can be the excitement of, is it going to go in this direction, or could it, or, it's those things. You've sort of teased a little my, what I was about to ask you, actually. So are we expecting more abilities and mechanics to come in the full launch than the ones we've already seen then? I know you probably can't tell me what they are, but are we expecting to see some new things as well?
I could say yes. Yes is pretty much all I can say, but yes, there will be way more to show off than what was just in the alpha kit, right? Like you saw a taster of what was the like street cred mechanic in our game, right? We have cards like the flathead, and we have the minotaur. So those are little tasters of what the street cred mechanic can be like in our game. So tasters, yes, definitely more to come.
Okay, that's exciting to hear, and I won't press you any harder. It's an alpha, right? There's still plenty that's going to change, but it's really exciting to know that there is kind of a pathway to this, making it more varied, I guess, for different like players in different ways. But it's really good. It seemed so easy to learn the mechanics straight away from watching. It felt so intuitive the way the system had been designed, so it's really nice that new player onboarding is considered. A lot of games don't do that so well, so yeah, I loved that.
I've played like lots of games with with the team, and then when I was at CDPR as well, and I was surprised every time I played the Alpha Kit experience. I felt like I learned something new about our game, and I was speaking to our game designers about it as well, and they were like, yeah, this is like, it's crazy because Alpha Kit experience is I basically, what I'm trying to say is I think I'm really proud of how this turned out, because as you do start to play it more, you start to get a little bit more in tune with the mechanics and with our system, and you maybe start to try different strategies, or you get more familiar with the cards, right? So oh, my opponent could have this, they could have an answer to
yes, absolutely,
unit, etc., right?
Yeah. And that's my favorite thing about a TCG. Any TCG I'm playing, I like to play against my opponent's deck, not with mine, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's the thing that takes you to that next level. But the fact that it can work just literally straight in, I can play my cards, it felt really smooth from what I saw, so that was really cool. There are 2 decks in the alpha kit. Do you prefer either one? Is the one that's kind of your favorite, or... I haven't touched them yet, so I'm interested, so I can pick which one I use to lose to my wife when we play.
Is there one that's my favorite? I think the Merc deck is super cool with a lot of the legends that it has on offer. So we have like the Victor, which when you call Victor, you can search your deck for a few gears. You have the Jackie, which has a little bit of gig manipulation when you play some blue cards. So I think those cards just do a great job of highlighting the importance of different aspects of our game. For example, with Victor, it's really important to get some gear cards, which obviously you can either attach to your units or you can sell them, because it's very important that you try and keep selling gears or programs each turn, so you can keep your eddies, keep progressing your eddies and kind of curve out your cards essentially. And then on the Jackie side, it's really cool where we have that little bit of gig manipulation. Again, I'll say a taster of what there is to come. So I think I guess in terms of like flavorful mechanics and really taking advantage of the systems that are unique to our game, I really do like the Merc deck. But I've heard whispers of people already trying to like build their own custom decks with the Alpha Kit deck.
Nice.
So there's like a meta within the meta, right? It's very, very interesting. Yeah.
As there should be, and I'm 100% going to do that and try and surprise Spessy when I face him. I'm not going to tell him. He's not going to know what's coming. It's happening. Custom that's deck.
It. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds great.
Yeah. I actually, from what I remember, also liked particularly Jackie, but you could see kind of the original ideas of you could build bigger things around this as more cards are revealed or as more archetypes kind of get fleshed out. It's really cool. You can start to pick apart, I could run this strategy, or that might be a bigger deal. So I'm looking forward to finding out more about those.
The coolest thing I want to mention about Jackie in particular was Jackie's an example of a card that really impacts. Like, I think Richard, our head of game design, he really highlighted this in one of the games on the Red stream, which Jackie's a card that really affects what gig dice you decide to move from your fixture zone into your actual gig zone.
Yeah.
Because, if you want to be increasing it to max out your gig to potentially draw a card, you would prefer to roll a smaller gig, right? Something like your D4 or your D6.
Yeah.
Because then you have an easier chance of kind of maxing it. Whereas if you roll one of your higher gigs, it's a lot harder. So already an example of, you could potentially build your deck around certain legends, but then in addition to that, that dictates how you order your your dice rolls, right? You order your gigs going from your fixer area into your gig zone.
Yeah, and even with the kind of passive abilities like that, things like the Karoshi Optics to give you a bit more information, you're going to want to build that into your deck, so it makes the deck building more exciting as well, which I think is really fun. And the fact that those decisions are going to happen even pre-game is what's going to make it feel like a really fun but different experience each time. So I love that. Well, obviously, we know the cards that are in the alpha kit. They are up, they are published, they are public. There are a couple in there that seem to break the deck building rules of RAM, so I just wanted to ask, like the Armored Minotaur on one of the Jackie Wells cards, is that just... well, why is that the case?
Sure, yeah. So Jackie and the Minotaur, yeah, they basically... Technically, you can't play them in the alpha deck experience, but... for the sake of showing off, like, you know, a variety of like cool and interesting cards, we decided to include them in there. But as you can imagine, they are some of the more powerful cards. So it basically it's starting to show how our RAM system would work. That if you want to play some of these high RAM cards, you then have to choose the appropriate legends, right? So. Yeah, I mean, in the Alpha Kit experience, it's all about learning the game, having some fun. So, we have clarified that, and don't feel like you can't play those cards in the Alpha Kit experience, right? This is a time to learn the game, to have some fun, and those are some of the most fun cards in the deck for sure.
Yeah, the big pieces always tend to be, so that's really exciting, and I will absolutely be using them. Just wanted to make sure I clarified it. If people don't understand the RAM system and they haven't seen that, obviously there is a video that I've made on how to, and there are loads of other really cool ones as well out there explaining all of the systems and the full guide, so make sure you check one of those out if you are unsure. And we've talked about the fact that there's a giveaway for the alpha kit already, so I don't need to plug that, and I'm sure 60,000 people plus in there already don't want me to have anybody else in there. But there we go. We will talk a little bit about the gameplay, if that's all right with you.
Sure.
Obviously, everything we discuss is it's all in an alpha right now, so it could all change, it could all move, but let's just go with what we've got. One of the things I noticed that I liked the concept of was programs. I noticed in the alpha kit, one of the things, the mechanics that I really liked was programs. Now, we've got 4 in there so far, and I'm sure that the full launch set will have many, many more programs. All of the ones I've seen so far, you can only use in your own play phase. But there is a defensive step in the game, in the mechanic, if one of your opponents attacks a gig or one of your units. So is there a chance that some of them will be playable as counters in future?
So what I can say at the moment is the only thing that you can do during your opponent's turn during our alpha experience is you can spend 2 of your eddies if you have them ready when your opponent declares a direct attack on you, or if they attack one of your units. You can spend 2 of your eddies to call one of your legends. So that's what it is in the alpha experience at the moment. I am not saying anything about the future. I think, if I'm being honest, that's probably where we want to start. So who knows what will happen in the future, but in terms of periods in the game or phases in the game where there could be potential to do stuff, again, this has all been revealed in the Ask a Game Dev section. It would be within that kind of defensive step, if that makes sense.
Cool. Okay. Well, it's good to know that, again, we are all in the alpha experience, and it's still got an opportunity to grow or shift depending on how it feels, I guess. So that's it's cool, and we will find out together, I suppose, what comes there. In terms of the overall game design, I was speculating about loads of different things about what they could be and what the abilities were. I adore the way the eddy system feels. The fact that your resources, your mana system, the eddies, whatever you want to call that function, because it's on the cards, it makes deck building so much more interesting. Like, we've all played games where mana is a specific card, whether it's lands or whatever, and it can really ruin both the deck building and the playing experience for me. I've got to trash this perfect hand because, I've got no mana for whatever. But it also gives you guys the opportunity to balance cards a little differently as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the eddy symbol on a card, if a card is sellable or not, is on gears and programs, and that will dictate how you construct your deck essentially. Again, I don't want to speak too much about the design philosophy again, because that's definitely something the game design team, I'm sure, would be happy to answer within the Discord. But it is a system that I'm a big fan of, and I think thematically it really fits into the world of Cyberpunk. I'm selling my gears and my programs, right, to gain some eddies. So I think flavor-wise, the game design team has definitely crushed it.
Yeah, completely. And I think that's one of the things that you really want to get across, because Cyberpunk's such a wide IP that people, as you say, may never have touched a card game before, but because it's Cyberpunk are going, ooh, I'd like that. So you want it to feel authentic to the chaos that is that world, to the way that it is very dog eat dog. And yeah, I'm really excited for that system. I think having a good a good mana system in a game can make such a difference to the play experience, and how easy it is for new players to get involved, but also how experienced players or competitive players can then take those braver decisions and make deck building choices so that there's a bit more variety. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, there's like some cool things as well with the Eddy system that, you know, we see with our legends as well. For example, we have like the Go Solo legends, which are super unique, which you can basically spend whatever the cost of them is, you know, spend that many eddies and then they come into play. But as you do that, you are essentially sacrificing an eddy, right? You're going down an eddy. So there's lots of really cool things you can do with that particular mechanic. And I'm a big fan of Go Solo on our legends. I think it's a super powerful ability. We've seen the example of the V Corporate Exile, and then of the Goro as well, that also has the blocker mechanic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious, actually. I'm going to ask you a question. What's one of your favorite cards you've seen from the alpha kit so far?
Well, you've just mentioned the Goro scares me, because I feel like the two abilities, blocker particularly, is going to be a super important function in the game to defend your gigs. So having one of the legends, especially as I can pay 2 during my turn to bring it in. I think it's really interesting to see how that's going to feel playing backwards and forwards. I find that really exciting that you can do that. My favorite is that you can, the way the gear attaches, the additional bonus stats, and how that lines up on any unit. It feels very Cyberpunk. It feels exactly like I can just be any old unit, but as soon as I attach a Sandy, come fight me. All of a sudden, that legend isn't a legend if I've got a Sandy on my back, and that feels so Cyberpunk, and I love that about it. So yeah, it's kind of probably the Sandevesten is my favorite specific card so far, but yeah, in terms of legend at the moment, it's Goro.
Yep. Awesome. Love to hear that.
Happy days. But maybe I'll feel very differently when I lose 3-0 when I have matches with my wife later.
Maybe Jackie's your new favorite card. Who knows, right?
Team Jackie. He deserved more, you know, no spoilers, chat. Well, I really appreciate the time. I've got a couple of other questions just a little bit more broadly, if that's all right.
Sure thing.
Touching on the cards, but I mean, the artwork, man, it is gorgeous. And we've talked about embracing the collector side a little bit as well, and having those varied art styles for some of the cards that just look so good. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's been stated, but I just want to get a clarification. I think I've seen it before. All the art is like human made in the game, right?
100%. 1,000,000%. Yes, we are complete. Like WeirdCo, we have a very hard stance against anything you know, AI art related, AI in general for that matter. So, you know, we're all about human connection. It's actually, you know, one of the biggest things of why we're trying to do a physical TCG is, you know, the impact of sitting down across the table from your, you know, your friend or somebody you don't know, and you know, you start to have that interaction, that conversation. So, you know, the in-person human element is so important to us, and that's really reflected in, you know, the artwork in our game and the artists that we work with. We have an insane crew of artists that we're working with at the moment. Again, shout out to Johnny, our creative director. He's absolutely crushing it at his job, as you guys can see from, you know, we're currently in art reveal season for the month of February. So I would recommend you guys keep an eye on our social media and stuff. You know, we're going to be posting new art pieces as frequently as we can. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's a part that I can get very excited about as well, because it just looks so good. It looks so good. Yeah,
it really does. And I think the fact that it is so human first, it would feel really weirdly disingenuous in a cyberpunk world not to have made that connection. So I love it, and I played physical card games when I was a kid, then was massively involved in Gwent, which was a digital system and had a great community, but then I reverted to physical card games again. And yeah, I can't echo what you've said enough. That community feeling of playing with somebody who's opposite from me, your local game store, that there's just something so perfect about that experience that just feels so human, so fun, so yeah, you can't quantify it unless you've done it. And most local game stores, all that I've ever been to, are such welcoming places that having this as a physical, I'm absolutely here for it. So yeah, love that, man.
Awesome, yeah.
I saw a piece of artwork today that I hadn't told, that just got revealed, I think. Mate, it looks so good. Oh, it's just, and so things are coming from different places. That artwork has been on the cover of one of the Dark Horse comics before. I know this because I have that Dark Horse comic.
Awesome.
Yeah, that run is brilliant. It's such a cool series, honestly. Is the art you mentioned? Obviously, there's a lot of different artists. Some of it's from Cyberpunk IP in general. Is some of the new art as well?
Yeah, great question. So we are using, classic depictions and new depictions of Cyberpunk TCG characters, or Cyberpunk characters in general, right? So we are working with illustrators who are making brand new pieces just for this trading card game. Nice. And we are also highlighting many elements from, as you saw, the Cyberpunk XOXO comic, and lots of different pieces like that. So all of this art is just it is dream art. It's really, really nice. And we know what people want as well. We want, people want to see brand new illustrations for this trading card game, and I can tell you our creative director again is hugely passionate about connecting with many new artists and making brand new pieces. So the community definitely won't be disappointed. But we also, we love a lot of the classic artwork from Cyberpunk across, many different mediums. So today's post was just a hint of some of the stuff to come, right? I'm sure it was a bit of a surprise to some people to see, the specific, the Dark Horse comic arts and stuff.
Absolutely, and it's really cool to see because you get to experience that wider cyberpunk world. Things like the fact that the dice are a bit of an homage to the old TTRPG systems, and just it feels very cyberpunk, but in multiple ways. And I think having that constant core soul of the game being very cyberpunk is going to be really cool. Last question. Have you personally got a favourite art that's been revealed so far, or is your favourite still to come?
My favourite's definitely still to come, I think.
Okay.
God, can I give any hint as to when it's to come?
Okay.
Probably in the next 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
My favorite piece is there, but out of the stuff that's been revealed so far, I think a lot of people will probably agree with this. The Atom Smasher that we showed off is really, really, really nice. I think that's a fan favorite across the WeirdCo team as well. Actually, I lied. I can tell you the WeirdCo team's favorite card overall. Okay. Yeah. I'll let you have one guess. It's a card within the alpha kit. Everybody
really?
Loves this card. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think now.
I'll give you a hint. It's a huge part of our Discord lore. Yeah. This card plays a huge part in our Discord. So it's actually the second-hand Bombus. Everybody loves
that cursed Bombus. Yeah, okay. It can't attack, but it does. It gets in. It sneaks in. It is the Bombus.
It blocks. It does block. So yeah, that's a fan favorite card across the WeirdCo team. Nice. And the art on that is truly, truly awesome as well. So yeah, I think my piece is still yet to come, but yeah, Atom Smasher is awesome. What's one of your favorite pieces? I'm curious out of the recent reveals.
It's the one from today, particularly.
Oh yeah,
the XOXO comic cover. It's such an iconic piece of art. that I just didn't expect to see in TCG form, because there's so much depth to that art. When you look at it, I could look at that for 10 minutes and notice something different each time. There's so much quality in it that I absolutely love it. And to be fair, the Bombus as well is pretty cool, now you say it. Absolutely need a Bombus plush in future. You can sell that as one of your ideas. You'll make millions, I promise. Get that in there. I've been a proud Shoop fan from Gwent for a very long time. We never got Cyberpunk Shoop in real life, so maybe a Bombus, you know. Make it happen, man.
We'll do our best for you. We'll do our best for you.
That will be that should be the championship prize. First, whatever the competitive is.
That's the trophy.
Give it a Bombus trophy. Come on, it's got to be done. Got to be done. I mean, that's all the questions I've got for you. I really, really appreciate you taking the time, joining me, and I know you're going to be, you know, popping up everywhere with lots of different creators asking you 1,000 things. So I really do appreciate you taking the time to answer some of these questions and just hang out.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm happy to interact with anybody that wants to chat Cyberpunk TCG with me, and yeah, lots more to come. Be sure to keep an eye on Lionheart. As he mentioned, he's got lots of cool content coming, you know, with the alpha kit, gameplay, etc. Battling some other creators, potentially. Speci, watch out. And
I'm coming for him.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, no, it's been awesome seeing the community grow, seeing content creators such as yourself, and I feel very lucky in the position I'm in to be able to, you know, build this community with you guys, right? You know, we would be nothing without you guys, without the fans. So we truly appreciate all the support, and yeah, just keep an eye out on everything. Stay updated with email updates, Kickstarter updates, social media posts. You know, my job is to keep everybody hyped and keep everybody excited as we approach the March 17th launch date of the Kickstarter campaign. So yeah, it's gonna creep up on us. It's gonna get here much faster than I expect, I think.
Yeah, I just realized in my head it's about 6 weeks away from when we're currently recording this. That is nothing, man.
You say that out loud.
Oh boy, that is going to be here before we know it. But honestly, I'm just so excited to get there, because there's so much more than we already know, obviously, than is already public. I cannot wait to see what else is to come from this game. Genuinely.
Keeping my lips.
Oh, fair enough. Hey, 6 more weeks and we will all know. I can't wait, genuinely. But thank you so much for being here, bud. It's been a real pleasure. And after I absolutely demolish Speci, I'm definitely going to come for you as well, and we will have to set up a game or two.
I'm ready for it. Sounds great. Thanks for having me again, dude.
A real pleasure. Take care, mate.